we are 30 seconds until the wall drops, and we are watching the scrim between 7 CAV and 11th ID today being fought on Foy. We have Southern Edge for Midpoint Garrison. Next, for the Allies, we have Boys, Jaquez, and Bizery Foy Road. For the Axis, we have Foy and Cobru Approach. Wall drops, and we are officially live. Sorry for the frozen screen for the moment. First infantry truck arriving for the Germans onto point. We have an Allied squad dismounting from their transport truck off onto the western side, moving into position. Solo squad lead General Lee has arrived onto the middle of the objective. So for now, it looks like the German side are getting the cap advantage on Southern Edge. Rocket is away. Lee JS misses the rocket strike, but shoots a victim out of the transport truck. More Allied trucks are arriving to the scene. Gnomus Glads, these guys are going to have to get out before the AT rocket comes in. General Lee goes down. The Allies are taking control of Southern Edge. The Allies have gotten a garrison set up for their push off garrison, while the Germans are getting their own garrisons established. German medium has randomly become decrewed for unknown reasons. A little bit of confusion on the start for the German side. Lux pushing in. Jazz fires a rocket. Hits the transport truck, misses the Lux. SPA is firing rounds into the north side of the objective. It's going to do a good job of stopping German forces from getting in and cap and being able to push midpoint. Follow Schultz on the MG here. Schultz looking to identify any targets. All the targets on that side of the map have just gone down. Or I might have pressed the UI button by mistake. Apologies for my fat thumbs. Alright. General disarray eliminates the threat over here. So I got Grays going prone along the road. I believe there's an outpost right next to an outpost right here. Grays takes out General disarray. Man, that environment on Foy, that just was doing Gray a lot of defense, but he still goes down. Let's look at the cap weight for Southern Edge. Southern Edge looks to be falling to the Allies momentarily. They will soon confirm the cap. Alright, Southern Edge has been confirmed cap for the Allies. Now they will have to have Foy be contended with. The German side largely still in the point of Southern Edge, so there's only one defender right now that's giving Foy any sort of cap contestation. This Puma, for whatever reason, the map won't bring up who they are, but we have Hastings and Carrasco in this Greyhound over here that's actually giving cap to this point. Foy, the commander, and another is coming in to ensure that this Greyhound does not finish capping. This Greyhound is stuck. However, there is no anti-tank in the area to come put it out of its misery. We'll follow this P4 for a moment as it engages the objective. Actually, we're going to update this to, I did 15. Oh, rocket barely misses the Lux, fired by... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Taizaka. We got Dozier over here on the west with an outpost and a supply truck. I believe he's going to be pinging this Lux. The Stewart is lining up the Lux. Hits the tracks. Stewart has its own. Ooh, down goes the Stewie. Puma coming in and giving the Lux some support. Leroy over here taking out the Stewart tank. Taizaka's coming in. He's going to ambush the P4. I believe that hit was turret. Could be mistaken. Zaka might have one rocket left. Zaka takes out General Lee. Could be hiding. No. He actively flees. I don't think he has another rocket left on him. But he does enough to draw the P4's attention away from that objective. Over here on the east, we have Chief Warrant Officer Florida Man, Sloth's Revenge, and General Disarray coming in off the outpost. We have TT Chopper also coming in from the east side of the map towards objective. In contention with them, we have Grace J, and then Finn C. Rocket taking out one. Connie taking out Sloth's Revenge. MG-42 fire provided by Red Sox Bullet. I mean, it's our Sox, but I'm assuming he meant Red Sox. I don't know who actually wears Red Sox these days. Oh, we are having a good Western push going on. We have Dunn coming in. Dunn, get down. Oh, Dunn gets taken out by Stoller. Toby Jones moving in. Throws a grenade. Toby Jones takes out Sumner. Toby Jones gets on the garrison. Takes it out. And then go ahead. Little insult to injury there. Not only taking out the soldier, but shooting his mine. Supply drop comes in for the objective for the allies. Cree T is aware of the flank coming in behind him. I don't know if he sees Toby, but Toby sees him. Toby goes in and will take out the supply drop. The SPA doing what he can, but there is just not a whole lot of bodies on point right now. However, Southern Edge is indeed still falling. This bombing run coming in, I believe, is a defensive bombing run. Sees Lance Corporal. Is he going to get him? Nope. The bombs just barely miss. It misses Toby as well. Bombing run ineffective. Does not get anybody. No. P4 being engaged by Finnegan. That's interesting. No, shoot through the wire. You can pen him from the front. Stop. I don't know what happened there, to largely be honest. But a tank begins engaging the wounded P4. A fresh P4 down goes the wounded P4. Medium Sherman by Elkier, Hendrick, and Crichton takes out. Kaboom! I believe Leroy with a satchel charge takes out the medium Sherman there. The Germans have now captured Southern Edge. German P4 is free to move up and give support to the point. So let's see what the Allies decide to do here. McClellan, Pierre. And the Sherman SPA, or SPA, being manned by Rez here, offering support, fire support for the objective. Colney is taken out by Jay Shaves. So overlooking the map, the Germans have a very good garrison network going on right now. The Allies, I believe, where's their Bisbee Foy garrison? It may have been taken out. That's interesting. I don't know how that got nobody. Jay Shaves attempts to take a couple out, or did he just focus on the OP? Nope, he didn't even get the OP. Huh. Got to catch a trade on cam. That was interesting. So you have Thompson, Garmier, Sumner, and Gray's J over here on the east side of the map for the German side. And we have Chief Warren, Florida Man, and General Disarray combating them, checking their advance on the flank. As we take a look at the map and overall, that's an interesting garrison placement. I wouldn't necessarily... that's not necessarily a very good defensive garrison due to the fact that if your defenders have to spawn here, they need to push across this open field in order to get to this strong point here. I mean, granted, this isn't offensive, but being that this objective is Bisbee Foy Road, there's a lot of open space between the northeast and southwest side of the map. So if you are not actively within that strong point, it is hard to get back there and offer it some defense if you're not already there. Jay Shave takes out the garrison that was up front as their push off. '76 crew, operated by Miller, Zapata, and Master Sergeant Jalapeno, looking for targets. You can see a SPA artillery round flying through the sky in the distance. Medium Sherman up here on point. Now, as majority of the fans probably know, that in warfare you need to be within the 4 squares of the objective in order to offer some sort of cap weight. If you're not being cap weight directly on the point, then you pretty much want to be on your defensive point. A lot of teams like to practice map-to-map or map line and map line control across the entire map. Or being Foy, it is just a little bit difficult in order to do so. So when it comes to warfare, and if you set your flank garrisons a little too far out, as we see over here on the fighting on the east side, these guys are largely not being cap weight friendly. I don't want to say they're useless, because I mean you do have to move through, but with the amount of spawns over there, we're going to watch the engagement of this medium Sherman. Down it goes. Taking taken out by the Tiger, operated by Private Faust Laser, Shooter, and Piece of Sheet. It's interesting that we have almost no presence on the strong point on the mid. All of the fighting right now is occurring over here on the east side and the southwest side. Let's go over here on the southwest side and see what kind of fighting we got going on. We have Beer Destroyer, Toby Jones on the machine gun, Hazy Tracer, sorry, Private Cash, engaging enemy forces down here. Half Track being taken out by Lance Corporal right now. Hayden coming around behind, possibly. He's looking. Lance Corporal takes out the AT gun as well. That's very good anti-tank play. Lance Corporal, however, gets taken out by Kurtz. Machine gun MG42 doing some work by Toby Jones. Ooh. Spa takes out the squad lead. '76 is moving up on the battlefield. Unknown right now if they manage to take out the Tiger. But as we consult the map, they have not. It's going to be a question of whether or not the Tiger is going to find it, or if the 76 is going to find the Tiger first. I think the 76 is indeed hunting. Alright, well, as they search, we're going to go ahead and see what is going on with the status of midpoint. Currently, the German side does have it well defensed. Tiger is sitting cozy behind the destroyed P4. They seem to be looking for the push on the east, unaware of the threat that's facing it to its direct south. Gnomish clangs. Taking a look. Oh, we have. Who's creeping back here? J-Shave. Is J-Shave tracking that 76? I mean, I think he's tracking the Sherman. Either way, he doesn't have the. Actually, he is on rockets. Sorry. For a second, I thought he was at assault. And then who we have back here? We have Grisani on the MG. So where do we have the most engagement right now? Strafe and run, going in. Not sure if it's being much effective at all there. I believe the long building on southern approach, or excuse me, southern edge, is what's currently protecting this Tiger, as it focuses on the enemy infantry push to its north. Taizaka and Russell. Tiger moving into points. I'll be curious. Taizaka is on rocket, so he will not be able to destroy. He will be able to damage and take out the engine. But it seems like maybe his rockets are already utilized. If they are, and if that's his OP back there, you need to be redeploying and rearming your rockets. That proc check.
Tank forward. Tank forward.
Ricochet. I don't know if they're smacking turret. Or, I mean, excuse me, track. What is nailing? Oh, they are indeed engaging the 76. That's interesting. '76 loses the gun battle. Tiger wins. Oof. However, Tiger takes a blow from what I believe is a AT gun. Down goes Tiger. Nope, nope, it was a second 76. Manned by Elliker, Hendricks, and Crichton. So ultimately, they trade heavy tanks, and right now the German side is losing midpoint. The flank from the north being very effective and taking out the garrison on point and moving in. You still have some OPs surrounding. Ooh, there's actually a cap race going on. I don't think the Germans have the advantage on the race. Really hard to tell. I believe Southern Edge is actually being capped sooner than Bizarre. Yeah, it definitely is. Oh. Southern Edge temporarily contested. See, right now, this is what I was talking about earlier, where with this flank garrison coming in, you got a lot of your manpower not capping the objective over here on the west. I don't think the defense did enough in order to slow down the capture progression of Southern Edge. So at this point, you should... Oh, okay. Yep, there it goes. Southern Edge switches hands, now in the hand control of the American side against the Germans. It was a gamble. Ultimately, it was a gamble that pays off. As the flank coming in was enough to start the cap, and having lost the garrison that was on Southern Edge, it restricts the defenders from getting back there. Zaka taking out a couple trucks. Or excuse me, a truck and a repair station. Lost Sauce begins to engage. P4 moving up as well. Tank crew probably wanting revenge. Taizaka taps him once in the backside. Lost Sauce downs the two attackers. Nobody got a repair torch? There we go. Okay, they're trying to do a repair station. Dunn coming in, giving the repairs like the legend she is. Or there's enemy forces on the side. It's two technicians. No repair stations. Tazaka's coming in. He wants to finish the job. Ooh, takes out one crewman. Dunn coming in, offering the repairs. Whoa. Second shot in. Dunn's gonna try and maneuver. Oh, and the final shot is a non-penetrating shot. The medium is saved by the video game. Dunn pays with her life. Did he hit barrel? Nope, he hit square in the side. Just an unfortunate turn of events for the American side. Just as a note, for any of the more inexperienced players, if you are anti-tank and you use up your rockets and there's not explosive boxes immediately around you, just redeploy or run into a tank or get yourself shot, just something. It does you no good to be anti-tank and just run around as a rifleman when you've lost all your rockets and you can't blow up tanks. Snucci was coming in, trying to make enough pressure on the point, but is taken out by Hayden. Schultz coming in, he takes out the OP and executes Gnomish Claws from behind with his handgun. Interesting choice to use a strafing run there. My word of advice for commanders is, unless you have a very long trench line full of infantry soldiers, say for example Purple Heart Lane, I would not utilize strafing runs often. In fact, the only time I typically would utilize a strafing run on this game is if I have to clear somebody off of a garrison or potentially off my airhead. Something of the sort would be your best times to be utilizing a strafing run. Otherwise, unless you got good pressure going on, you need to be that precise. strafing run's just not a good expenditure of munitions. I mean, you kill, what, 2 to 3 guys at best, 9 times out of, or 7 times out of 10, and you burn through 150 munitions. That's a recon plan. Information in this game can do a lot for your forces. That's why it's always advisable to communicate. Oof. Tiger being operated by Whiskey Overlord, Toothpick and Raven now sitting on the northeast side of the map. AT gun also being constructed. Supply drops going in by both sides. Attackers are actually getting a cap weight on Southern Edge right now. Uh-oh, the Tiger's in trouble. Got a tank off to his flank. Tank crew has not landed a hit, though. Bad news for this medium tank. Two in, and Tiger finishes it off. The attack is continuing to cap. P4 offering a lot of cap weight. And there it goes. 49 minutes left in this match between the two sides of the 7th CAV and 11th ID. Bisbee Forey Road also being contested at the moment, but mostly due to a solo recon tank behind the lines. Operated by Leroy. Leroy Jenkins going in, recreating his famous last words. Check the map for any of friendly armor or allied armor. We got a Stuart to the or enemy. Well, that's Stuart. That's an enemy Lux to the north. Right now, the American side just does not have much of any armor on the field at the moment. So having lost the objective in the territory change, the American side lost their garrison that they had planted out over here, so they need to kind of just reset and get back going again. I'm sorry, it wasn't Stuart. Were Stuart. Was where Coney drops a couple though. Question is, do they still have a rocket? That Stuart getting a couple into his back may be enough for Muller to finish off. That's the engine. Bro. That is so unfortunate. The amount of German tanks have been saved by non-penetrating shots in this game. Wow. I just gotta say, it's just super, super unfortunate for the Allies on that. gonna go on to TikTok later. Oh, there we go. Allied armor is finally showing up onto the field again. Once again, medium Sherman deployed. We have Grizani coming in. Oof. Taking a shot in the backside. Greyhound is lighting up its engine. 3. Down goes the Greyhound, or sorry, down goes the medium to a Puma. Sorry, Griani. Wait. So ironically, that building is shielding the view of this Greyhound from that Puma. Puma is aware that something is not right behind him. Let's see how this works out. He's gonna get Call of Duty timing. He sees trucks and he's poaching on them. Leroy gets 2. Gonna hop out. He's gonna switch seats. Greyhound aware. Yep, it is. Is Leroy gonna get away though? He is going to get away. Oh, maybe not for long. Finnegan with the beautiful timing comes in and finishes off Leroy in the recon tank. I knew that Greyhound was about to get blown up. What was that P-strike attempt on? I was on a Tiger. The ping had been off, so that P-strike falls a little forward. Guys, don't forget, in this game, if you salvage vehicles, you do restore fuel for your side. So you can salvage this Tiger here, you can salvage this Greyhound, you can get a lot of fuel back for your side. Alright, so assessing how the battlefield is shaping out. The defense, or the allies are again doing a gamble with their garrison on the far left-hand side of the map. The attackers are starting to push in on onto the net 4th objective. The Germans, sorry. Medium tank is pinged out. Zapata are gonna hop out, conduct repairs. Good rocket attempt. Rebel drops a couple. Rockets another. It's not their garrison on point though, but the CAV has gone back to the side of the Americans. Ooh, big spawn wave. That's Corporal smartly falls back. Is he gonna try and get a rocket in on it? Let's see. Ooh. Splash is a little to the left of it. Another spawn wave. General Disarray mows down. Oh, General Disarray gets the squad wipe on the garrison. He's going to go ahead and take this garrison down by hand. That's going to put the American side in a very predictable position. Tight predicament. This Sherman needs to look to his right. He is being... Oof. GC is not... Oh... Predicament. Sorry to correct my verbiage from earlier. I'm assuming that kill shot came from the Panzer IV. Misery Ford Road is being captured actively. Defenders have to get back from whatever spawns they have. Stewart's going to be running through point, doing what they can, trying to take out an outpost or two. 76 takes a rocket. It's got to turn around.
Hot smokes on this clown. Hot smokes this clown. What's going on? 30 seconds. Let's go. 30 seconds set.
Sloth coming in and getting the satchel charge. Good proximity communication. Oh, there goes the engine. Oh no! 76 goes down before the satchel, and then the satchel just adds insult to injury. Sloth is robbed of his kill. Oof. And then eats a shot from the Stewart for his efforts. Briani already getting this tank satcheled. 37 minutes left in the match. I'll make that a clip for Griani. P4 pushing up now. The Americans in the bush line. Starting to spawn. Need to try and figure this thing out. Their last objective is boys. So it will be a slightly difficult objective for the Germans to attack and take. The defense, or the recapture, though, is going to be incredibly difficult. There's just a lot of open ground here. These aren't easy objectives to take on Foy, especially when the armor support has not been winning their battles against the German forces. And just for a reminder, 11th ID is up on the German side. A few fill-ins, and then we have 7 CAV on the American side. We have an airhead attempt going in. Which is, will it be spotted? We have Torrance, Sloth's Revenge over here. There's actually a lot of open ground It is being called out with a ping. The ping's not entirely accurate, but... Well, I mean, if you guys, if you take those 2 pings and just go in between them, that's where you will find the airhead. Done. I believe she's tracking the airhead. She's seen it. Let's see if she gets there in time. There's not a bombing run attempt on that. And she's running by it. She's gonna course correct and catch it off the corner of her eye. No, she's not. She runs by it. TT Chopper sees it. Oh, does not wait for the spawn wave. But airhead threat is taken care of. As you can see, they are moving their garrison network south towards Bizery Foy Road. We are getting some movement up here. Anti-tank versus anti-tank. Aiden takes him out. Wins. I swear, my grenades never fly that far. Oh, RW Cash somehow wins that. I'm RW. I'm getting up into this building. This building has a very good sight line on that little ridge. Snow mound, I guess you can call it. RW is doing some work out here to protect this garrison. As I call it, get up into this building, you'll get a good view. It's gonna have to bandage though. So got Darmir over here. Let's check on the battlefield. Oh. P4 looks like it's gonna go down before the repair station is finished. Medium P4. Now it's satchel. Probably by Toby Jones. Toby Jones probably wishing he has another satchel. Oof. Taken out by Fincy. Fincy taken out by Dunn. Well, it might have been Chopper. Ooh, Lost Sauce gets taken out. machine gunner Schultz. There we go. Hard to see the white on white, but he in turn is wounded and taken out by TT Chopper. So right now, you got two engagements happening on this map. You got the fighting that's going on over here, and then you have the flank attempt that's going on over here. New medium Shermans pulling up onto the battlefield, operated by Miller Zapata. And Master Jalapeno. Ooh, Leroy makes a good hit. Was a body shot. Oof, lands a second. Oh, but the coax takes out Leroy. American forces also rush over that building to help protect their medium Sherman. Medium Sherman has to withdraw, though, for repairs. Bisbee Ford Road is actually being capped slightly, and yep, no, is actually actively being capped, but there is a garrison on point, which will probably allow for a spawn wave to come in and start holding the point. How did that rocket not hit him? Or not kill him? Cap weight right now is resecured for the German side. Bucci making some good shots. Remember, friends, Guru, when at Rifleman, is always superior than the Car 9. Sloth's Revenge moving into the woods, trying to find their spawn out here. Sloth, doing what I talked about before, salvaging those tank carcasses will give you fuel for your side. If your commander's got fuel, he can convert them to munitions and manpower. Oh. Oof. Dunn gets taken out mercilessly. God, I should have drank coffee today. U.S. side, 7 CAV is renewing their assault from the woods. They have lost their garrison. No, their garrison farthest. Oh no, they did lose their garrison down there. They did lose their garrison in the woods. Or, sorry, no. The icons are blocking my view. But we have Chief Warrant Officer Floridian, I believe, closing in. Takes out one. Steven's hunting for Florida man. Gets him. Medium Sherman has returned, or no, that's a Sherman Jumbo 75 now. They got an upgrade. So the 75 Jumbos has received an high explosive upgrade for anti-infantry efforts. The other medium Sherman has also, well, I was gonna say return from repairs, but they just need it again. Oof. Turret shot equals a non-pen. Oh, peace strike. Good thing it's a good thing that Sherman moved out. Toby Jones engaging this medium, but he gets taken out. Jumbo Sherman is retreating. Actually blows up an enemy Puma that was behind them. Alright, as we look back to the map. No. Medium Sherman taken out by a rocket. Looks to have been by Toby Jones. Getting the rocket kill. Meanwhile, a heavy Tiger has moved up onto the main road. Oh, there's a smoke that's actually saving the life of that 75 Jumbo. But he's going to be very upset when he tries to come out of that, HQ again. There's also a second Tiger that's actually rolled up onto the battlefield. Meerkat, what's going on? Oh. Forgot, 15 minutes ahead. J-Shave saves the garrison. He's probably going to set up right here. Let's see if we can follow his view. Shave, making good work with his handgun. The MG gets one, gets two. While he's doing good work, I hear tank shooting. I want to go watch the tank battle commence. And the Tiger wins. What did he take out? Takes out Stewart. These tank crews are taking up very good positions on Foy. Foy is a very tank-friendly map. Right now, the battle is very in control for the German side, having moved up their garrison network to protect Bizary Foy Road. Just due to the lack of bodies, you will see some cap weight happen for the Americans on the Allied side, but it's going to be largely back and forth unless the Allies can get a good foothold here within Bizary Foy Road. But however, that will also be incredibly difficult to maintain, as they do have to contend with a Tiger on the main road. Spa. I call them spas, some call them SPAs. Spas just freaking short. I don't feel like enunciating every single individual word of that. So if you guys do not know what's the latest update, the SPAs can actually engage in assault combat just a little bit better than what they used to. Ooh, down goes Tiger. However, the repair station will go and continue fixing Leroy on the medium tank along with No Mission Planks. Well, a foothold was what was needed for the Allied side, and a foothold is what they get. Not able to finish it off. The repair station doing wonders. Our Kree's a little too focused on this P4. This garrison's going to allow for a spawnway to come in and allow the defense to get back at it. Is Kree going to come around and sneak this garrison? As it currently stands, while there is a couple outposts left up on Boys, if these OPs go down by the rush, let's go ahead and see what's going to go on in these woods. General disarray, making a push. That he trades, and that's like the bane of my existence, being an infantry guy. Just SMGs, just not hitting with the same stopping power at point blank range. There's no reason why that should have been a trade. He does knock out one of the 2 outposts, however. Our Finn and Kree have actually taken out the garrison on point. While the defenders will have, the German side will have a garrison here to be able to spawn in on and come back and try for a recap. It's looking like Bisbee Foy Road is going to indeed change hands. Does Florida Man have a rocket still left on him? But Major Dementia does. And Connor gets shot. So right now, this medium tank is providing all the cap weight that is needed for the Allied side, and if the defenders do not get back in time, this will actually change hands with not a lot of time left. Oh, this heavy tank that is advancing, though, that's going to be causing this tank crew to be very unhappy momentarily. I believe they shot an AT mine. Medium tank is called out. Here comes the pause, the shot. And the finish. Medium tank goes down. Saves midpoint from the cap. There's a lot of bodies not being useful with cap weight. Jones doing some work. Griazzi moving back to the Tiger. I'm curious if he's going to be a pocket repair guy. Or is he gonna know he's on his MP40? Oof. Another medium goes down for the Allied side. Very unfortunate. The infantry is not going to be very happy seeing a Tiger look in their direction with an open field across. Cap on Misery is on. Huh. paid for it. That's what we call a sacrifice. Rocket in, hits turret. Check on Bizzery. Bizzery is close to cap. Defenders got a 3-man squad out here in the corner, but they need to be in the strong point. Strong point's got no American forces in there. Calling in a bombing run, calling in a strafing run. That's not going to do much. No, it's going to get one. As may not even land in time. It's going to erase all the spawns here in north. Yep. Not in time. Does take out an AT guy. We have Toby Jones being a menace out here. 8 minutes left on the match. Oh, spawn wave. Oh. Valiant effort, however. So this setback is huge because every objective needs 2 minutes to cap, and right now with less than 8 minutes left, that's going to leave you 4 minutes to have to immediately capture 4th point and then and start your cap on midpoint if you want to stand a chance at winning. So their window for victory is very, very close to being closed. Bombing run comes in, flicks a lot of damage, does not get the garrison, however, as the garrison mark was off. Lost Sauce gets taken out. Attackers are calling in an airhead. And the allied side calls in a supply drop. By attacking side, I mean the German side's calling in an airhead. I believe we should be just about at that 4-minute mark where the Allies no longer have the opportunity to win this match. Tiger's getting beaten up. Finished off by a heavy 76. don't know why shooter didn't shoot. Lance Corporal finishes him off. Lance Corporal is then taken out by Kurtz. Done putting in some work on the objective. German side trying to be a little disrespectful. Driving in a half track. Oh, well, that's pretty much as good as the spot you're gonna get it. Kill that engine. Oh, unfortunate. You letting him be in a garrison? Oh, that was interesting. Leroy gets a kill, Dunn gets a kill. Couple dogs, Captain Sparrow. Right now we're just in the waning minutes. Fresh spawn wave in off an outpost. The Allied side is doing, ensuring that they don't get 5-0'd, saving some face for their own reputation. A lot of times when a clan realizes that they can no longer win the match, they do what they can to make sure that they do not get 5-0'd, whether it's been in an official game or not. But it's been my pleasure to bring you guys this match of 7 CAV versus 11 ID. The attack having stalled out, they're just going back to the defense point. We'll follow the 76 for the last portion of the match. There's the final ticks. Now, if your armor, remember, when there's woods, it's always proficient to just splash HE off the trees. GG's. Thank you guys so much. 11 ID takes home the dub. 7 CAV loses 4-1. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for the invite to stream this match. I am LT Yako. Feel free to follow me on all my socials. I am LT Yako across everything. Until next time, guys, hope you guys have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. LT Yakko signing out.